Now we're going to talk about some stuff that happened in your life recently.
Mm-hmm.
So, your house burnt down.
Yeah.
Was all your camera equipment in there?
Yes.
Basically everything you had. You were in the middle of working.
Out of town.
Mm-hmm. All your stuff to help you with your job was in this house.
You want to tell you? I'll tell you the story about
you just go along with it.
So I was working out of town in San Diego. It was a year, January 18th, 2020 was a year. And so in 19, I was in San Diego working on my way to dinner with some friends after a day of work. And we were headed to a restaurant. And I kid you not, stepping off the scooters, they had Lime scooters in San Diego.
Okay.
Still do, I'm sure. And I get a phone call from ADT. And ADT, yeah, it's a home alarm system.
Oh.
Monitoring.
So right there, you were like,
Yeah, so they call me and they say that there's an issue and that they want to know who they should call. That was what they wanted.
So they're
and
like,
I go,
yeah,
call someone else who can do something because I'm in California and I'm I can't do anything from here. So they call the fire department.
I would say, did you know what it was when they said, or they're just like, hey, something happened. Who should we call?
We think this. Yeah, we don't know what's happening, but your motion sensors are going off in your house, which means one of two things: someone's in my house, or really dense smoke is in my house. So I have a friend who is a police officer in the town where I live. I called him, and the first thing that came out of his mouth was, "Your house isn't on fire, is it?" I go, "Why would you ask that?" And he, not being a dick, he goes, "Well, I'm sitting here in the office, and I heard dispatch say that they were sending a bunch of units out to your area, and I just put two and two together. Are you okay?" And I said, "I'm in San Diego. Could you run out there and check on it for me?" So by this time, all of our friends are inside the restaurant. It's clear glass windows, and they're out there. By this time, I think I've told someone, they think my house is on fire.
Oh, so they're all watching.
So they're all kind of watching me pace back and forth on the phone out front of this restaurant. And by this time, I've gotten off the phone with ADT. I've gotten off the phone with my friend who's a cop. I've called my family. They're 30 minutes away at their closest time. By this time, they were not close at all. They weren't even near their home, so it was further away.
Okay.
Called one of my best friends. He lives about 20 minutes away, so he hightails it to my place. And I call another family who lives in town. They hightail it to my place. So I've got 5 people headed to my place. All 5 of them get to my house at the same time to tell me that I do not want to know. I literally heard from every single one of them, "You don't want to know." My buddy sent me a picture, and I made my dad send me a picture. I said, "Send me a picture."
So they told you through photo?
No, I knew my house was on fire.
You put it together.
Well, no. So I knew because they told me.
Oh, so okay.
The cop. I called. I'm calling everybody.
Calling everybody.
Finally, someone answers the phone. I remember getting kind of crappy with people. I was like, "Listen, answer the phone. You have got to answer the phone. Don't just assume that you have no news. Answer the fucking phone. I don't care if you're not there. Answer the phone, because I don't know this. I don't know my house is on fire yet."
It's like you don't know. You're trying to figure out, and they're like, "Oh, you don't
right.
need to know."
They're right. Yeah, you don't want to know yet. And I'm like, "Are you there?" They're like, "You don't want to know." So I finally call I don't know who told me, but my dad was like, "Yeah, it's on fire. They had 14 firefighter trucks out there for 4.5 hours. Had a 30 to 40 mile an hour north wind, and it was just torching the place. They said the flames were 3 stories high.
What started it?
I have no idea.
They don't know?
No clue. It was a house built in the 1930s. Could have been older. It was crawl space, wood, old wiring, old.
And then all your camera stuff.
Everything I had,
except
that
for
was
what
not
you were
in my suitcase, is gone. Everything.
So when that happened, because you were on a different tour than what I was on, so I only heard through text and on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, I think when you talked about it, and I just told him, I was like, no way. How did you continue working? Did you take a week off and then just go back into it, or did you just act like nothing happened?
I remember being so frustrated. I remember being so frustrated and helpless at the same time. Just like, I remember I was prepared to stay at work. I remember my boss had booked me a flight without me knowing, booked me a flight home, and I was like, I'll just be at the show, you know. And they're like, just go home. I know, what am I supposed to do? Even my family was like, just stay. And I said, they already booked me a flight home. So I got home, and I mean, I like on one side it was a blur, the flight home, and on the other side, I remember it all. It was just this weird. I was very angry. I was fucking pissed. I was very pissed.
I bet.
Yeah, it sucked, especially like driving up on it and like seeing it and everything, and you know, it was a sucky deal, and but you know, insurance didn't help. It paid for everything, you know.
Oh, okay.
And so now I'm the only 31-year-old with 5.5 acres and a brand new house paid for. So
I'll say, so you rebuilt a whole new house.
Yeah.
Same spot.
50 feet in front of the old house.
Well, is it better?
It's better. Yeah. It's a metal shop house, farmhouse.
Okay.
Concrete floor, and I love it, man. It's awesome. I'm definitely upgraded for sure.
Well, that's good.
Thanks, man.
So then, did it take long getting all that equipment back, or is it kind of like that's okay, I can buy better equipment now?
Well, I did take the opportunity to upgrade equipment.
Okay.
I didn't go crazy and buy the biggest and baddest thing I could. I'm not a minimalist, but I also understand what will work and what is overkill.
Mm-hmm.
So I bought another camera, and I got to work immediately. I went to work that next weekend. You know, I went back on tour. I didn't take any time off. I just went right back to it. I had awesome help from my family, like my parents and my whole family. Like they did everything, like took care of everything. I really didn't do anything with my house. Like
that's pretty sweet.
They were the ones who did it all. So the only reason I say I paid for it is because it was in my bank account. Like, it was just the insurance money, and my mom and dad would just, like, while I was at work. Yeah, like I said, my mom's a property manager, and she speaks the lingo, and she deals with those.
That's pretty sweet.
I can't fucking stand contractors, and she's got a long rope with them. You know, my fuse is about that long with them. So, yeah, she dealt with it, and it was awesome. So
that's pretty sweet.
Awesome, thanks to them.